Imagine being able to read people's minds. You'd know instantly if the girl you're talking to actually likes you, or if she's just being polite. You'd sense right away who's confident at a party and who feels out of place. You'd even pick up when someone's lying to your face. Sounds impossible, right? But the truth is, people reveal their thoughts and emotions all the time, not with words, but with their body. Your body language is like a second voice, one you can't fully control. And because it's largely unconscious, it's usually way more honest than whatever comes out of someone's mouth. In today's video, I'll show you how to decode that voice. Once you understand these signals, you'll be able to read what people really think and feel, almost like mind reading. But before we break down specific signals, you need 4 ground rules. If you skip these, you'll misread people and jump to wrong conclusions. Rule number 1, look for clusters, not single signals. One gesture on its own means nothing. Someone crossing their arms simply might be cold, not defensive. But if they're crossing arms, avoiding eye contact, and leaning away, then we have a pattern. Look at body language like pieces of a puzzle. The more pieces you have, the clearer the picture. Rule number 2, always consider context. If someone's shoulders are hunched in a freezing room, it's probably not insecurity, it's just the AC blasting too hard. The same gesture can mean completely different things depending on the situation. Rule number 3, watch for changes. The most revealing signals happen when behavior shifts. For example, you're telling a story and someone tilts their head and raises one eyebrow for just a second. That's their brain saying, wait, I don't buy this part. Spotting those shifts lets you track in real time how people react to what you say. Rule number 4, negative signals usually tell the truth. Positive ones are easy to fake. Someone can smile while hating you inside, but tension in the jaw, clenched fists, or stiff arms, those are much harder to hide. When positive and negative signals clash, bet on the negative. Got it? Perfect. Now let's get to the fun part, the actual signals. 1. The feet don't lie. If you only remember one thing from this video, let it be this. Watch the feet. Why? Because people almost never control them. They're too busy faking their face or their words. But the feet, they just spill the truth. If someone's happy to see you, their feet will literally bounce. Little taps, little happy feet. If they're impatient, you'll see the same bouncing, but with tension, like they're ready to bolt. Pay close attention to direction too. We naturally point our feet toward what we like and away from what we don't. If you're talking to someone and their torso is facing you, but their feet are angled toward the door, that's their body screaming, I'd rather be over there. And here's a pro trick. If someone suddenly freezes their feet, they've been tapping or shifting and then go totally still, that's usually a stress response. Like their body just hit pause because something heavy landed. And when that happens, it almost always means they're feeling cornered or uncomfortable. 2. Micro expressions, the 1-second truth. Faces can lie. People smile when they hate you, nod when they're bored, or raise their eyebrows like they care. But for just a fraction of a second, the real emotion leaks out. That's a micro expression, a half-second flash of what's really going on inside. Maybe it's the corner of the mouth pulling down in disgust before the fake smile comes back, or a quick flash of fear in the eyes before they mask it. Once you learn to spot these, it feels almost unfair. For example, you mention someone's name and notice a flash of anger in the other person's face, even though they instantly smile and say, oh yeah, they're great. Now you know what they really think. The key is to train yourself to look during the reaction window, that split second right after you say something, because that's when the mask slips. If you miss it, you'll believe the cover story instead of catching the truth. 3. The torso rule. Where the core points, the heart follows. Most people focus on faces, but if you want to know where someone's true interest lies, watch their torso. The core of the body is a dead giveaway. Someone can turn their head toward you, even smile. But if their chest is angled away, their attention is already gone. It's the body's way of saying, I'm here, but not really. FBI agents use this constantly. If during questioning someone leans their torso slightly back while nodding along, it's often a subtle rejection signal. They're agreeing with words, but distancing with their body. On the flip side, when the torso is open and the shoulders are squared toward you, it's usually a sign of genuine engagement. You've got their attention, and the more relaxed the torso looks, arms loose, chest open, the more honest and comfortable they usually feel. 4. Self-soothing gestures. When stress leaks out. When people get nervous, their bodies try to calm them down. It's automatic, and that's when you'll see what's called self-soothing gestures. These are little behaviors like rubbing the neck, stroking the arm, fiddling with jewelry, or massaging the back of the neck. It's the body's built-in stress relief. Why does this matter? Because when these suddenly increase in a conversation, you've just hit a pressure point. Maybe they don't like the topic. maybe they're hiding something, or maybe they just feel judged. The timing is everything. If the gesture happens right after a certain question or comment, that's the clue. It's not random. It's the body saying, "This made me uncomfortable," and once you see it, you know exactly where the tension really lies. 5. Pacifying pauses, the hidden delay. Sometimes it's not about movement at all, it's about the silence. When people are asked a simple question, the answer usually comes instantly. "What's your name?" Boom, no hesitation. But when someone hears a question that makes them uncomfortable, there's often a pause. Maybe they swallow, maybe they clear their throat, maybe they shift in their seat before speaking. FBI agents call these pacifying behaviors, those little stalls the brain creates while scrambling for a safe answer. So if you ask, "Were you the one who said this about me?" and the person hesitates, exhales, and then says, "No, why would I do that?" That pause was the real answer. The words came after. This is powerful in everyday life too. Job interviews, dates, negotiations. The longer the pause, the more they're weighing how to respond, and the less you should take their words at face value. 6. Synchrony, the rapport signal. This last one is less about lies and more about connection. When two people genuinely like each other, their bodies literally move in sync. You'll see them cross their legs at the same time, lean in together, or gesture in a similar rhythm. It's not planned, it just happens when rapport is strong. And here's where it gets powerful. You can use this deliberately. If you want someone to feel more comfortable with you, subtly mirror their posture or tempo. Lean back when they do. Sip your drink a few seconds after they sip theirs. Don't overdo it, it should feel natural. But when done right, their brain starts thinking, "This person feels familiar, I like them." And there's a flip side too. If you notice a complete lack of synchrony, like you lean in and they lean back, that's a red flag. It's the body's way of saying, "We're not aligned right now." Pay attention to that gap because it tells you a lot about how they truly feel. And here's a bonus principle that ties them all together. Establish a baseline. Every person has their own default behavior. Some people naturally cross their arms all the time. Others always fidget with their hands, even when they're relaxed. If you don't know their baseline, you'll misread them. So before you jump to conclusions, watch someone in a neutral situation, maybe small talk, or when they first walk into a room. That's your baseline. Then, as the conversation gets deeper, notice when their behavior shifts away from that norm. That's when the signals actually mean something. So now you know the signals to look for, but reading people is only half the game. The other half is making sure that you send the right signals back. Because if your body language screams insecurity, all the reading skills in the world won't save you. That's why we created a free ebook with 16 proven ways to build unshakable confidence. These aren't empty tips, they're the principles that change how people see you the second you walk into a room. If you want that edge, click the link in the description, grab your copy, and start building that kind of confidence today.